Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now this is only a quick video to repot one of these Phragmipediums. This is the Schroederite. I said I wasn't going to do anything with it, but I've looked at it and I thought, well, it's been in this pot a long time. There's no active growth on it. There's no, it's got three growths on it, but nothing active coming up now, so I thought, right, now's the time to repot it since I've just got it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take it out of its pot, and it's going to be difficult to get out, I think, because it's been in there that long. I might have to cut the pot yet, but we'll just see how it goes. Right, give it a good squeeze. No new active growth, as I said before. And it's as solid as a... here it comes. Look at that. Get the camera. There's a lot of live roots there and there's a lot of dead roots. So I'll just clean this up and see what we can save on the root system. Might take me a bit, so I'll come back to you when I've done it. You don't want me to see cleaning that up. I'll just be picking and poking and taking all the stuff out. You've seen it done before, so I'll not show you. Well, I've been at this for some time now and I've managed to split it up, but if you look, there's plenty and plenty of new growing tips. Even down at these long petals down here, they've got growing tips on the bottom of them. Absolutely lovely. Oops, look at them. I mean, the compost it was in was absolutely awful. It was like soil, and there were bits of stones in it, and I don't know what those stones, excuse me, I don't know what those stones were, but I never found any bad roots whatsoever. They're all hard and they're all shooting off with new growth. So I think it was, I didn't find any real gravel pieces. It was all little bits of stuff. So evidently this was planted in small bark that have rotted and it's all given away. So I think I'll plant it in exactly the same stuff with a bit of perlite in, and that's all I'm going to do to it. But very, very pleasing plant. As of the roots and the length of them, then I'm going to move from this pot that it was in to this bigger one, and it can stay in there a few years. So we'll get on with potting that. So to begin with, I'll put some large pieces of lava rock in the bottom. I mean, they don't need much drainage, these sort of plants, but a little bit of drainage they're having in. And this was some of that stuff that was in, I don't know what it is. So I'm going to drop that in as well, because they weren't stuck to it, but it was in such good condition that it can't be doing it any harm. Well, that's the bark I'm using now, and it's the new Orchiata bark I got. Doesn't look a bit like the one that came out a few years back. There's little bits of ordinary wood in it, and so it'll need sorting out before I pot them. But I remember them when we used to get it before. It was called Best Grow, I think. And this is Dalton's Orchiata Premium Classic number 9, 69 millimeters, produced in New Zealand from Pinus radiata bark, you know, but it works out this rather expensive. £9 for 5 litres, £2 a litre. Madness. Anyhow, we'll mix it up with some perlite. think I'll add a spoonful of dolomite lime. I mean, it might get washed through, but it will do a little bit of good. Doesn't need doing, but most of the plants, if you can get dolomite lime in pellets form, which you can in the US, but you cannot get it in the UK, which is typical. I'll probably water this and it'll drop through, but if you've got the pelletised, you can just put it on top of the media and water it in that way, and it'll last a long time, longer than this anyhow. Right, where are we? Put some large lava rock in the bottom, and we're going to put a few handfuls of this in. Oh, we're not. What we're going to do, we're going to put the plant in first, and what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cover it with bark first and see how much. And it's at this point where the camera batteries went dead without me noticing, and I continued to pot the plant up until I came to put it on the PC, and then I noticed the camera batteries had flattened, so I didn't film the actual potting. Anyhow, after I took all the time for repotting it, I didn't fancy taking it out of its pot again and redoing it. And it's the day after now, so I can only tell you what I did. I put the bark in, which was small and medium bark with the perlite and the dolomite lime. But as I was potting it, I also put some small pieces of lava rock in, a good handful, just so that when it gets growing, the roots might get used to seeing it and being in it. And I also put in some crushed oyster shell. And that's about all I did, apart from giving it a good watering in, because it was dry and it needs watering again this morning. So I'm sorry about that, it's just one of those things that happens, and this is the plant now potted up. So there's nothing else I can show you about this plant. Sorry you missed it all, it's just my usual way of forgetting to do things, forgetting to charge the battery up. So if you've watched this video, thank you very, very much. I hope it hasn't spoilt it too much for you. And until next time, I'll see you later.